Hello, welcome back in our series of spiders. The Hello Reader for Secondary 2 with our first chapter, the Egyptian Desert. The last time we knew that there was a group of gangsters who went to an archaeological site in a remote part in the western desert, and they went to the entrance of this archaeological site. And that's what we knew the last time. They used two Land Cruisers, grey Land Cruisers, to get to the site, and although the car plates were local, the gangsters weren't Egyptians. And we stopped the last time at the entrance of the ancient archaeological site. And it was like this. So we see here that there were paintings of Egyptian gods and writings from 3,000 years ago here on the walls of the entrance, and this was the entrance to the underground passage. And we said that the old man was the first one to go into this passage. Alright, they entered the door of the passage. The old man was the first one to enter, and they entered a room, the first room. So the first room, there were 5 Egyptian mummies. And in the first room there was an entrance for a second room, and the second room was empty. So the old man commented on this, and he said that a team of 6 archaeologists had gone to this site, this archaeological site. They discovered it, and they discovered the 2 rooms, but in the second room there were gold and treasures, ancient Egyptian treasures, and all those gold and treasures were sent to the Cairo Museum and they were of course going to send the other 5 Egyptian mummies to the Cairo Museum too. So the tall man asked the old man, how did he know this? From where did he get this information? But he ignored him as if he didn't say anything. He just smiled, and he continued his speech and said that of course there were other rooms in this ancient archaeological site, and they were going to find it before morning. Of course, because the morning comes, the archaeologists will wake up and continue their work. So they wanted to find the treasures before the archaeologists do and run away. So that was his plan. And he told the small man that it was his job. Alright, the small man, here we said before that the small man was a small, thin man with glasses, and he carried a machine that looked like a large camera. Well, he took his large camera, his machine, connected it to the computer, by a cable, and turned on its switch. So the screen lit up. The screen of the machine lit up. And he began to move around the room. So the tall man asked him a very silly question in his attribute here, because he knows what he is asking about. And he told him, what does this machine do So, the small man told him that it shows him what's found behind rocks. And the tall man answers, I know. So if he knows, why do he ask this question? I don't know. He said that, I know, but how? So this machine sends waves and when these waves hit some rocks, they return back to be received by the machine, receive waves, and those waves are changed into pictures by the computer. So this is the mechanism of action of this machine. It sends waves, and when they hit some kinds of rocks, they return back to the machine. The machine receives the waves once more, and then change them into picture by means of the computer. That's why he connected it to the computer. And then the tall man asks the small man, what's the name of this machine? And he told him that its name was the GPR, an abbreviation for ground penetrating radar. So the tall man says that it's similar to the radar found in the airplanes, and the small man says that yes, it is, but it can penetrate through rocks. But not all the types of rocks, some kinds of rocks only. They penetrate some kinds of rocks only. Okay, at that time, something dark appeared on the screen of the machine, and the small man walked with the machine, and he saw that it was a room. He told the tall man that it was a room. So they thought that it was a room. But it wasn't a room, as we will see. They saw that it was a room. But the wall which was in front of this room, was a normal wall. There was no entrance or anything else. So here comes the role of the big man. We said that the big man carried a large bag. So the big man got out a hammer and a pickaxe from his large bag, and it was his mission to break down the wall. In less than 1 minute the wall was broken down and the ashes and the stones fell through, so he kicked them with his legs, and all of them gone through the room. They went through the room, from the second room to the thing they discovered on the GPR. What was the thing and what happened to them next? That's what we'll know in the next episode of the spiders in chapter 1, the Egyptian desert. And that's it for today. See you next time. Thanks for watching.